Life has a way of testing us in ways we never expected. At some point, we all face pain, heartbreak, disappointment, betrayal, loss, struggles that shake us to our core. And in those moments, it's easy to feel defeated, to believe that our pain defines us, to let it hold us back. But here's the truth. Pain is not the end of your story. It is not a curse. It is not a sign that you are broken or unworthy. Pain is a teacher. It is fuel. And if you choose to, you can take everything that has tried to break you and use it to build yourself into someone stronger, wiser, and unstoppable. The difference between people who rise and those who stay stuck is not that some avoid pain, it's that some decide to use it, to let pain consume you or to let it empower you. Because when you turn pain into power, nothing in this world can hold you back. There is a truth that many people overlook in life, the truth that your emotions shape your reality. The way you feel, the way you react, the way you allow situations to affect you, all determines the quality of your life. And until you learn to master your emotions, you will always be at the mercy of circumstances, of people, of the unpredictable nature of this world. But when you take control of your emotions, when you decide that nothing and no one will have the power to dictate how you feel, that is when you step into your highest self. That is when you begin to master your life. Life is unpredictable. People will disappoint you. Challenges will arise. There will be days when things don't go your way, when you feel misunderstood, when you face rejection, criticism, or even betrayal. And in those moments, the instinctive response is to react, to let anger take over, to feel hurt, to question your worth, to spiral into self-doubt, frustration, or even despair. But here's what you must understand. The people who thrive in this world, the ones who build lives of purpose, joy, and fulfillment, are not the ones who never face struggles. They are the ones who refuse to let those struggles define them. They are the ones who decide that no matter what happens outside of them, they will remain in control of what happens inside of them. When you master your emotions, you master your energy. And your energy is everything. It dictates the way you show up in the world. It influences the way people perceive you. It determines the kind of opportunities you attract. Because when you radiate peace, confidence, and control, the world responds to you differently. People respect those who carry themselves with emotional strength. They admire those who remain calm under pressure, who do not crumble when tested, who do not let small things shake their foundation. But let's be honest, mastering your emotions is not always easy. It requires discipline. It requires self-awareness. It requires a deep commitment to choosing your peace over your impulses. It means training yourself to pause before reacting, to step back before getting lost in temporary emotions. It means learning to identify what truly deserves your energy and what does not. Because the truth is, not every situation is worth a response. Not every comment is worth an argument. Not every setback is worth your stress. Emotional mastery is not about suppressing your feelings. It's not about pretending that things don't affect you. It's about learning how to process your emotions in a way that empowers you rather than weakens you. It's about recognizing that while you may not have control over everything that happens in life, you always have control over how you respond. And that response is what determines your power. When you allow yourself to be ruled by emotions, by anger, by insecurity, by fear, you give your power away. You let people control you. You let situations dictate your mood, your energy, your focus. But when you learn to rise above, when you learn to breathe through the frustration, to walk away from negativity, to choose clarity over chaos, you take your power back. You step into a version of yourself that is unstoppable. Think about the most successful people in the world, the most admired leaders, the most influential minds. What do they all have in common? Emotional control. They do not react impulsively. They do not waste energy on petty conflicts. They do not let temporary emotions lead them into permanent mistakes. They know that their mind, their emotions, their inner state are all within their control. And because they control themselves, they are able to control their world. So ask yourself, who do you want to be? Someone who is easily shaken, who lets small things ruin their day, who reacts without thinking? Or do you want to be the person who walks through life with grace, with strength, with a deep and unshakable confidence. The choice is yours. But know this: when you master your emotions, you master your life. Because nothing and no one will ever have the power to control you again. There is an undeniable power in silence, a power that most people overlook because they are too caught up in the noise of the world. Too many people believe that strength is in speaking, in proving a point, in always having the last word. But real strength, true wisdom, and deep confidence are found in the ability to stay silent when words are unnecessary. Because silence is not weakness, it is control. It is understanding that not everything requires a reaction, that not every battle is worth fighting, that your energy, your peace, and your dignity are far more valuable than engaging in meaningless arguments, unnecessary explanations, or desperate attempts to be understood by those who are committed to misunderstanding you. When you remain silent in moments where others expect a reaction, you command respect. You show that you are not ruled by emotions. You show that you are not easily provoked. You show that your sense of self is not dependent on the opinions of others. Because the truth is, people will try to get a reaction out of you. They will test you. They will say things just to see if they can shake you, to see if they can pull you into their drama. And when you refuse to engage, when you refuse to give them that satisfaction, you send a clear message: I am above this. I am in control. I do not need to prove myself to anyone. But silence is not just powerful in dealing with others, it is powerful in dealing with yourself. Too often people drown themselves in unnecessary noise. They avoid silence because silence forces them to face their truth. They fill every moment with distraction, social media, conversations, television, because they are afraid of what will come up if they sit alone with their thoughts. But real growth happens in silence. Clarity happens in silence. When you take a step back from the noise, when you allow yourself to be still, you give yourself the gift of introspection. You begin to hear your own voice instead of the voices of the world. You begin to understand yourself, to process your emotions, to recognize what truly matters. There will be times when you are tempted to react, when someone disrespects you, when someone misrepresents you, when someone says something that stirs an emotional response in you. And in those moments, you have a choice. You can react impulsively, give them your energy, let them dictate your emotions, or you can pause, breathe, and remain silent. Because silence speaks louder than any defense, any argument, any attempt to change someone's mind. People will remember your silence more than they will remember your words. There is a reason why the strongest people, the most influential leaders, the most respected individuals do not waste words. They understand the value of restraint. They understand that speaking out of anger or insecurity only gives away their power. They understand that wisdom is in knowing when to speak and when to remain silent. And let's be clear, silence is not about passivity. It is not about allowing others to walk over you or tolerating disrespect. It is about choosing your battles wisely. It is about understanding that not everything requires your response. It is about knowing that sometimes the most powerful statement you can make is saying nothing at all. Because silence forces others to reflect. It forces them to question. It forces them to sit with their own words, their own actions, their own mistakes without your interference. When you walk through life with the ability to stay silent in moments where most people would react, you separate yourself from the crowd. You become someone who is not easily moved, someone who is not easily manipulated, someone who stands firm in their own presence. And that, more than anything, commands the highest level of respect. So the next time you are faced with a situation that demands your reaction, ask yourself, is this worth my energy? Will my words change anything? Or is my silence the louder, more powerful response? Because the moment you learn to embrace the power of silence, you will realize that you do not need to fight every battle, you do not need to explain yourself to everyone, and you do not need to prove your worth. Your silence already says everything. Confidence is not something you wake up with one day and suddenly have for the rest of your life. It is not a feeling that magically appears when everything in your life is perfect. It is a decision, a conscious choice you make every single day. A choice to believe in yourself even when no one else does. A choice to show up boldly even when you feel uncertain. A choice to act as if you belong in every room you step into, even when doubt tries to creep in. Because confidence is not about how you feel it, is about what you decide. Too many people think that confidence is something external, that it is granted to those who are born with natural charm, talent, or beauty. But confidence is not about any of that. It is not about how you look. It is not about how much money you have. It is not about whether other people approve of you. Confidence is about an inner knowing. It is about the belief that you are enough exactly as you are, that you are worthy of love, success, and happiness, regardless of what anyone else thinks. The mistake most people make is waiting to feel confident before they take action. They say, I'll speak up when I feel more sure of myself. I'll go after my dreams when I feel ready. I'll step into my power when I feel like I deserve it. But confidence doesn't work that way. If you wait to feel confident before you act, you will be waiting forever. Confidence is built in the doing. It is built in the moments when you choose to show up, even with fear in your heart. It is built in the moments when you push past doubt, past insecurity, past the need for approval, and just go for it. Think about the people you admire, those who seem fearless, who walk with their heads held high, who speak with authority, who radiate self-assurance. Do you think they never feel fear? Do you think they never have moments of doubt? Of course they do. The difference is they do not allow those feelings to stop them. They decide to be confident even in the face of uncertainty. They decide that their voice matters even when they are nervous. They decide that they are worthy, even when the world tries to tell them otherwise. And you have that same power within you. You have the ability to wake up each day and decide, today I will walk like I deserve to be here. Today I will speak with conviction. Today I will carry myself with confidence, not because I feel it in this moment, but because I choose to embody it. And when you do this enough, something incredible happens. The feeling starts to follow the decision. The more you act confident, the more confident you begin to feel. The more you put yourself out there, the more natural it becomes. The more you trust yourself, the more others begin to trust you. But make no mistake, this is not about pretending to be someone you're not. This is about stepping into the version of yourself that has always been there, waiting for you to claim it. It is about realizing that confidence is not something outside of you. It is something you create from within. There will be days when doubt creeps in. Days when your inner voice whispers, who do you think you are? But when that moment comes, remind yourself, I am exactly who I decide to be. And today, I decide to be confident. Because confidence is not about being fearless. It is about moving forward despite fear. It is about standing tall even when your legs shake. It is about believing in yourself even when others don't. And most importantly, it is about understanding that the only permission you need to be great, the only validation you need is your own. There comes a time in life when you realize that no one is going to protect your peace for you. No one is going to set the boundaries you need. No one is going to remove you from toxic situations. No one is going to teach you how to safeguard your energy. That is your job. Your peace is your responsibility, and until you take full ownership of it, you will always find yourself drained, frustrated, and wondering why life feels so chaotic. Too many people go through life reacting to everything around them. They allow circumstances to dictate their mood. They allow people to pull them into drama. They allow negativity to seep into their spirit, robbing them of their joy. But the truth is, peace is not something that just happens. It is something you create. It is something you build through conscious choices, through self-awareness, through the ability to step away from anything that does not serve you. There will always be things in life that try to steal your peace. There will be people who test you, who push your buttons, who thrive on chaos and want to pull you into their storm. There will be situations that challenge you, unexpected events that shake you, and moments that make you question everything. But you have to remember, you are not responsible for what happens to you, but you are responsible for how you respond. And if you allow everything external to dictate your internal state, you will never find true peace. Peace is not about avoiding problems. It is not about pretending life is perfect. It is about learning to remain centered, no matter what is happening around you. It is about choosing your battles wisely knowing that not everything deserves your energy. It is about setting boundaries, understanding that you do not have to answer every call, respond to every message, engage in every argument, or allow access to anyone who disrupts your well-being. So many people feel guilty for prioritizing their peace. They think they have to be available to everyone, to say yes to everything, to constantly prove their worth through self-sacrifice. But let me tell you something, protecting your peace is not selfish. It is necessary. It is an act of self-love, because when you are at peace, you are your best self. You think clearer, you love deeper, you give from a place of fullness instead of exhaustion. And here's the reality. Not everyone will understand your need for peace. Some people will take your boundaries personally. Some will call you distant, selfish, or unbothered. But you are not here to make everyone comfortable at the expense of your own well-being. You are not here to shrink yourself to fit into spaces that drain you. You are here to grow, to evolve, to live in a way that aligns with your highest self. And sometimes that means walking away. Sometimes that means choosing solitude over noise. Sometimes that means saying no, even when it disappoints others. You cannot control the outside world, but you can control what you allow into your spirit. You can control who has access to you. You can control how much of your energy you give away. And when you truly understand that, when you take responsibility for your own peace, you stop chasing validation, you stop explaining yourself, you stop allowing people and situations to disrupt your inner calm. You move differently, you think differently, you show up in the world with a presence that says, I am unshakable, I am at peace with myself, and nothing outside of me has the power to change that. So from this moment forward, take your peace seriously. Protect it the way you would protect something priceless, because that's exactly what it is. Set boundaries without apology. Walk away from what doesn't serve you. Choose stillness over chaos. And remember, no one is responsible for your peace but you. The moment you embrace that truth is the moment you step into the life of clarity, joy, and freedom that you deserve. Pain is inevitable. At some point in life, you will face disappointment, heartbreak, betrayal, loss, and struggles that test every part of your being. There will be moments when the weight of your circumstances feels unbearable, when you question your strength, when you wonder if you will ever heal from what has hurt you. But here is what you must understand. Pain is not meant to break you. It is meant to build you. Pain is not the end of your story. It is the beginning of a new chapter. Pain is not just suffering. It is fuel. And when you learn to turn your pain into power, nothing and no one can hold you back. Most people let pain define them in the wrong way. They let it make them bitter instead of better. They let it close their hearts instead of expanding their wisdom. They let it convince them that they are victims instead of warriors. But the strongest, most successful, and most resilient people in this world are not the ones who never experienced pain. They are the ones who used it to rise. They are the ones who took their heartbreak, their losses, their struggles, and transformed them into fuel to become greater, wiser, and unstoppable. You see, pain is a teacher. It shows you what you are made of. It forces you to grow in ways you never imagined. It strips away illusions, revealing the truth of who you really are. It breaks down the version of you that was too comfortable, too dependent, too afraid, and gives you the chance to rebuild yourself stronger, more aware, and more powerful than ever before. But turning pain into power is a choice. It does not happen automatically. You must decide that your pain will not be wasted. You must decide that everything you have been through will serve a purpose. You must decide that instead of letting pain destroy you, you will let it refine you. That instead of letting it make you small, you will let it make you unstoppable. How do you do this? You start by shifting your mindset. Instead of asking, why did this happen to me? Ask, what can I learn from this? Instead of focusing on what you lost, focus on what you gained, the wisdom, the strength, the resilience. Instead of dwelling on the hurt, use it to fuel your growth. Take the energy of your pain and turn it into something productive. Create something. Build something. Chase your dreams with even more passion. Speak your truth with even more courage. Help others who are walking the same road you once walked. Make sure that the pain you endured was not for nothing. Think about the greatest success stories. The most inspiring people you know, every single one of them has a story of struggle. Every single one of them has faced pain that could have broken them. But they chose to rise. They chose to turn their wounds into wisdom, their heartbreak into healing, their losses into lessons. And if they can do it, so can you. Pain is a doorway. You can walk through it and discover a version of yourself that is stronger, wiser, and more powerful than ever before. Or you can sit in it, letting it consume you, letting it define you in ways that do not serve you. The choice is yours. There will be moments when the pain feels overwhelming, when it feels impossible to see the other side. But trust me when I say there is another side. There is healing. There is growth. There is transformation. And the only thing standing between where you are and where you want to be is the decision to use your pain as fuel instead of a prison. Take every hardship, every disappointment, every betrayal, every moment of suffering, and make it work for you. Turn it into motivation, turn it into wisdom, turn it into your power. Because at the end of the day, you are not your pain. You are what you choose to become because of it. And when you decide to turn your pain into power, there is nothing in this world that can stop you. The journey from pain to power is not easy, but it is worth it. Life will test you, break you down, and push you to the edge. But what defines you is not what happens to you, is what you do with it. You have the choice to let pain weaken you or let it sharpen you. You have the power to take every setback, every heartbreak, and every disappointment and turn them into stepping stones toward your greatness. Growth is uncomfortable. Healing takes time. Transformation requires courage, but within you is a strength greater than any challenge you have faced. The pain you have endured was not meant to destroy you, was meant to awaken you, to push you, to mold you into the person you are destined to become. So, decide today that your pain will not be wasted. Decide that you will rise stronger, speak louder, love deeper, and live bolder because of what you have been through. Carry your lessons, not your wounds. Let your past fuel your future. And never forget, the most powerful version of you is the one who took pain and turned it into purpose, resilience, and an unstoppable force for greatness.